So game 2 had plenty of storylines here tonight between the Barrie Colts and the Niagara Icedogs. Coming into this one, Barrie leading the series 1-0, but the bigger storyline is when we found out that it wasn't Owen Flores getting the start tonight for Niagara. Instead, it's Finn Moffat, who only had 5 minutes of action in the entire regular season for the Niagara Icedogs. What we've been told, it's for disciplinary reasons, and he wasn't the only one who didn't have time in this hockey game, as Owen Flores did not appear in the first period, but he would return in the second. And also not playing in the first period for the Niagara Icedogs, Kevin He, Alex Asadorian, Ryan Robrick, Jack Browdy, and Shanowski. So you had those players not appear at the start of the hockey game for the Niagara Icedogs. And despite that, you would think that maybe the Barrie Colts would take advantage, but only 24 seconds in, Matthew Virgilio, slap shot, beat Sam Hillebrand, and it was 1-0 right off the hop. Kind of caught the Barrie Colts by surprise, but the Colts, they would respond as Kayshawn Aitchison, though, huge hit on Ivan Galyanov at center ice. That was reviewed, but they determined that he leaned in with his shoulder, so there was shoulder-on-shoulder contact, but Galyanov's head went off the back of Kayshawn Aitchison, so that's why it was not a major penalty against Aitchison, although he did drop the gloves with Sean Doherty. Doherty was given an instigator, so the Barrie Colts got a power play in the first period, but they wouldn't score on the man advantage. It was after the power play expired that Grayson Tiller at the side of the net, he would put it past Moffat to make it a 1-0 hockey game. The Colts, they would add to their lead. Owen Van Steensel sets up Anthony Romani, and he just tucks it around Moffat, who did everything he could to try and keep the Icedogs in this hockey game. After that, though, Romani, he would score on the power play right under the bar, making it a 3-1 score. So 2 goals in the first period for Romani. And as I mentioned, no Flores, no He, Robrick, Asadorian, Browdy, or Shanowski in the first period. All 6 would appear in the second period. And in that second period, Flores had to make some big saves early as the Barrie Colts had momentum coming out of the first period. The Colts, though, they would make it a 4-1 hockey game. Hemming to Jelsma, and what a release from the Colts captain. You knew he wanted one, as he's been buzzing around the net these last couple of games, finally rewarded for his efforts. After that, though, Max Crete looked like he nearly made it a 4-2 hockey game. His shot went off the inside of the post and stayed out. And then going the other way, the Colts make it 5-1. Emil Hemming, a nice one-timer on the far side. And so it was a 5-1 score after the second period. But to note, more players for the Niagara Icedogs did not play. This time in the second period, I didn't notice Andre Loshko, Matthew Paris, Matthew Virgilio, or Noah Van Vliet. Those players all off the ice for Niagara in that second period. In the third, however, Niagara woke up. They were down by 4, but don't tell that to Ivan Galyanov. After taking that hard hit in the first period, scores a goal right off the face-off to make it 5-2. And then again, Galyanov, this time a one-timer from Matthew Paris, makes it a 5-3 hockey game. Flores, he had to make some amazing saves in that third period, and Niagara outplayed heavily, but they would score again to make it 5-4. This time, Paris with a nice deflection off the heel of his skate, and that would make it a 5-4. It was a shot from Robrick. He didn't get a lot on that shot, but for Paris, just enough to direct it into the net through the 5-hole of Sam Hillebrand. And then Andre Loshko beats Hillebrand and makes it a 5-5 hockey game. So what a showing by Andre Loshko. But the Colts, Marty Williamson would take a timeout, settle things down, and that you would think paid off, except the Colts, huge save. Owen Flores on Kayshawn Aitchison looked like a sure goal, but that might be the save of the playoffs, is from Owen Flores there on Kayshawn Aitchison. The Icedogs then would take a timeout, trying to settle things down, but the Colts would not be denied. Anthony Romani would get the hat trick, his shot just trickling across the goal line, and that's all they needed to get the win. Bo Jelsma would score the empty netter, making it 7-5. And to note, in the third period, no Blair Scott, Brady Wasselin, or Mike Levin. They did not play in the third period. We don't know what the discipline is related to. There's a lot of rumors going around what this is connected to. Remember, the Niagara Icedogs right now being investigated, or there's a culture review for the Niagara Icedogs by the Ontario Hockey League. So it sounds like it was league mandated that players had to miss a period here tonight. And you could make a movie about this. They almost came back to win it, so take that for what you will. But final shots, 52-28 for the Barrie Colts. Final score, 7-5. Your 3 stars tonight, Noel Hemming, a goal and 2 assists for your 3rd star. Bo Jelsma, a 2nd star, 2 goals and an assist. And then Anthony Romani with the hat trick is your 1st star tonight. Now this series, they're going to get back at it tomorrow down at the Meridian Center in St. Catharines. I will be in attendance, so I'll be there to do a recap after the game. And the Niagara Icedogs playoff hockey returns for the first time since 2019 at the Meridian Center, and they'll try and get back into this series. But what a hockey game this was. Niagara nearly coming back despite sitting players every period throughout this hockey game. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on tonight's game. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you again soon.